Greetings, 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 and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. What a lovely day to be here again with you all at our weekly Lunch and Learn. I'm so happy that that video stopped exactly where it stopped because I hope you guys caught a vision of that lovely lady with the bright red hair that was matching her red Juneteenth t shirt. Well, that is our CEO, organizer, our everything of Juneteenth NY. And my sister Petra is here with me today to talk a little bit about who Athenia is, why we show up, and what we show up for. Petra, welcome up. Come on up. Come on up here with me. Hey Petra, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Happy to be part of this topic about this awesome lady, Atinia.
Right. So good to see you again. So good to see you again. I had such a good time with you out in the parks last year and just doing what we show up for to help her and support her with. So
Yes.
before we dive into our conversation, I did want to read a little bio about Athenia. So Athenia Rodney is the founder and CEO of Umoja Events, a female-owned corporate events logistics planning company based in Brooklyn, New York. And she's an organizer of a flagship event annually known as Juneteenth NYC Festival and Umoja Events is a MWBE business and a certified NYC Department of Education vendor. Oh, got me stumped on doe for a minute. I was going to say doe, a deer, a female deer. Don't pay me no attention, y'all. I have these blonde moments. But yeah, Department of Education vendor, which focuses on partnerships with the city agencies. Athenia has a passion for travel, which has led her to start Rodney Tribe Travel and Tours, where she offers group travel for wedding and retreats. Athenia is amazing. I'm not even going to sit here and read this whole entire bio, but just know that she's been recognized by the Robin Hood Foundation as a New York hero. She's done as for her work done with United for Brownsville. In addition, she received last year the Entrepreneur Award for New York City for her amazing organization of the NYC Juneteenth event for the last 12 years running. So that's the main thing I really wanted to come here and talk about today, Petra. And I know I've only joined you guys in this heat in the last. I joined in her 10th year, I believe. Or was that the 11th year, the year of COVID, like when she had to switch to virtual? That was actually the 11th year, right? So she had been doing it for 10 years prior, and then I
Yes.
COVID hit, and then she was going to take a break, but decided to push through and created the virtual aspect in 11. And then last year for 12, we were able to do like a hybrid, a little bit of virtual, the 1 day of virtual. And that's where this 3 day event was really created, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So, like I said, our main reason for being here today, Petra and I, and anyone else from the board that decides to come in and has the time to come in and drop some information, we realized that, with Juneteenth becoming a national holiday last year, that things like that sometimes create trends, or it creates these spaces and places where people that haven't necessarily been doing the work see an opportunity to dive in. And, not to say that they're not worthy, but they're not Athenia. Athenia has been doing this. This is her 13th year. Her passion for the community is why I show up for her. Her passion for this event, the fact that as a brown person that is American born, parents American born, of the lineage that is from here, I am so happy to have a person that's showing up for us that is of mixed descent. She has, if I'm correct, Petra, I believe one of her parents is of American descent, and then her mom is Caribbean. Which Caribbeans, I need everyone to understand and recognize that people in the Caribbeans, people in the South Americas, we are all part of the diaspora. We're all part of the experience of having our folks dropped off at a port, traditions ripped away, culture stripped away, and us having to figure out who we are. And I love that we do it all here together in Juneteenth. We recognize that our allies that don't look like us, they're allowed to come and join us as long as they are true allies. And that's another reason I love being part of this organization. It's not an exclusive place, we're an inclusive space with the goal of providing information, tools, healing, anything to help grow our communities. And that's the main thing that I know that I wanted to come here and say, and I'm sure I will have more to say as this conversation develops with Petra. But Petra, please share why you're here with me today.
Okay, so first I'll say I'm very loyal to her because when I was looking for a part-time job, I met her at one of her events and I said, "Hey, are you hiring?" She said, "Oh, contact me by Facebook Messenger." And that's how we started interacting. And her and her manager for her business gave me a chance. I proved myself because I showed up on time for the exact same Juneteenth when I first came on board to Emoji events. And she's just like me in the sense that we are one people, no matter if it's people who are dropped off in England, in the Caribbean, etc., or not even necessarily dropped off, emigrated to different parts of the world. We are one. We are connected from the continent of Africa. And she embodies that. And then the other thing that attracted me to her business is what her business name is, Emoji Events. There's a lot of unity which comes out from her. And where a lot of people might say, "Oh, we don't unite as a people," she doesn't say things like that. She just keeps moving forward, wanting us to continue to unite, to work together, to collaborate. And sometimes some of us may not say or do the right things, but she sees that like a teachable moment to encourage and help people develop. All of us aren't perfect in what we do. So she sees that opportunity. The other thing I like about her is up and coming photographers, other business entrepreneurs. She gives these people a chance to show themselves by, maybe she likes what they do, but she gives them a chance to come to Juneteenth, to another event, to be a photographer, etc. And that helps them develop as well, because she doesn't only hire them, she shares some little tips on how to do well, to be do something professional when they speak, or other things like that. Because she's very big on development, including her own, because she also goes to different classes, different like she may go for a 3-day training event, things like that. And that's how she has become excellent. I said to her many times, "Tina, how do you do it?" But it's her own self-growth she nurtures. And she's very grounded because she's a woman of God. She aims to be an excellent mom, excellent wife, excellent sister, daughter, that type of thing. And she knows she's a work in progress, but she's grounded in knowing that she wants to help those she care about and the larger community.
Ashe, Petra, you could not have, I knew this conversation would end up getting juicy. So many things came up for me in your share. So first of all, I have to share with the folks out there that, and we don't talk about this much because when I'm here at Juneteenth, I try to speak about me in spaces that relate to who I'm speaking to in the moment. But I am a coach with a women's collective called Be the Tree, and that's where I met Athenia. She was actually placed in my cluster, and I had the honor to coach her for the 12 weeks of the program. Little did I know that that would be one of the most invaluable experiences that I would have with one of my participants. I've had many, and I continue to have many as I show up coaching for the program. But the flip of us, the fact that now she is my coach in the area of business, and she does it so unintentionally and so from the heart, like you said. So me even sitting here with you, I'm a person that would not and still have not completely started stepping out for self and doing this type of engagement with people and in the camera and talking. Bottom line is, Athenia has showed me who I am that I didn't see for myself. She pulled this host out of me that I had no idea was there, and she continues to. I've just been informed this week that I'll be hosting the men's award on the Saturday, and I'm ecstatic. I'm shopping for dresses, and I'm just like, I'm empowered. She empowers you in such a way that's not like that, like kind of like, way that when you hear empowerment, you kind of like, no, it's so subtle and so supportive and so from the heart that you don't even recognize yourself sometimes, that you don't even see the growth within yourself. So again, yes, she definitely does self-development, a lot of it. Like I said, that's where we met. So those two things that you just shared really rang out for me. The fact that she continues to self-develop herself and to seek and to continue to search and find partnerships that are in alignment with who she is. You mentioned her being a woman of God, and she's very intentional about who she curates for the events. Even as far as, some of us, me for instance, now I won't say some of us, I have some, hip hop people that I would love to see on the stage sometimes. But if their music is not aligned with her goals and with the vision, she won't stray away from it. And I love that about her. At first I was just like, oh man, we had an opportunity to get that person. But then I'm like, this is her vision, her goal, her heart, another one of her babies. And I see how intentional she is about her children. And this one being one of her oldest babies, she's rocking it and doing the amazing job that she's doing at home, out in the world. So I really wanted us to get together today to have this conversation because, with us being board members, we know of the feedback, we know of the conversations that are being had out in the world. And like those are really neither here nor there, but they showed me a need for this conversation to be had, for there to be a video that if there's someone who doesn't know what Juneteenth NYC is all about, who Athenia Rodney is, or what we're here to do, that they could have this video recorded. It'll be living in all of the live spaces. That way, if they need to know the who, the what's, the whys, they can go there and watch it. So you've shared with me the what. I know with you being around for a really long time, why do you think Athenia is so passionate about this organization in particular and about this project of Umojas in particular? Because I'm sure she started other little things, but sometimes we all have these little things that go under our umbrella, but some of them end up growing huger than the actual umbrella that they're under, if that makes any sense.
Right. I think the passion stems from a place of unity and togetherness and knowing of the story. She knew about Juneteenth, the origin story, why there was a Juneteenth, before a lot of people even knew, before a lot of people cared. She wanted to tell the story. And I only joined her team to work for her in her event planning business about 6 years ago. And even then, when my first job with her was Juneteenth, I got the sense that she wants to be a professional. She expects everybody to be professional on time. She puts in contingency plans just in case someone is delayed or something. But one thing she was always careful for to make sure the event started on time. The vendors get information they need to know to be successful, like something like the plastic tablecloths, it will not work. It blows in the wind if you're going to use it. Have those clips, come with, in case there's rain, what will you do? Things like that. She looks out for everyone so that the overall event is a success. And something what you said about the people she chooses to be around her for this event, she screens different people, different organizations to make sure they are a good fit because the focus is Juneteenth, telling a story, not to take it over, not to make it Caribbean anything, to spread the word. And always the focus is unity, community. Her business name is Umoja.
Exactly.
Okay. So you have to understand why she would select something like that, where she's going with it. And that's why she brings excellent people on board in her different projects because she wants to continue excellence. And, for people to get to understand that we come from very talented bloodlines, our ancestors, like what you may see negative in the media or what other people say about us, that is not the extent of us. We are doctors, we are artists, we are wise, we are united. For example, Black Lives Matter, that's a proof that we're united. And if a person has a plan and has ways to get it done and people buy in, they will join with us. And that's what is key. Don't say we want to have a Juneteenth. Well, how do you have a Juneteenth? It's by planning a year in advance. It's by regular meetings and other things. I won't share everything that we do, but it's important to work towards making it a success. And then the people who appreciate what she does, they try to look out for the best interest of the event. What is the meaning of the event? What is the focus to highlight the town in Juneteenth where this all started? Why there's a Juneteenth? Not to take away from that.
I love that you went there, and what I also love is the fact that she creates themes for each year. And for those of you who don't know out there, this year's theme is family dynamics, family structures, family building, family growth, wealth, family healing. Everything is rooted from family in this year's Juneteenth. So there was something else there for me with that. Had a brain fart, Petra. I love these moments. I love these moments in being in real time. So, with that being said, what is your exact role within the structure of Juneteenth NYC, and what are your jobs? And then I remembered what I wanted to say, but I'll say that after you share exactly what you come here for and why you to do,
Well,
show up to do rather.
yeah, well, ever since I met her and I've been helping every year at Juneteenth, she was very big on this is a very important day and she needs everyone to come and support. But my role has always been I took it upon myself and she helped nurture it, logistics. What supplies do we need? I'm very good at outside looking in, like if we do this, what negative thing might happen? She's excellent because this is her baby, but she can't see everything. So I try to fill in the spaces and keep an eye out and help her get to starting on time, which is her ultimate goal. And I was so pleased last year that we expanded to 3 days, virtual and everything. I'm impressed. I'm like, I'm glad I'm here to participate. But I still remain one of the logistics person. I I'm in charge of making sure that we have a good list of supplies we will need for the day. I also reach out to different organizations to let them know this is happening. I pass out flyers. Pretty much, if she needs me to do something and say I'm available, I'll lend a helping hand just to participate in helping the event be a success.
Beautiful. So, what I heard in that is that the reminder of it takes a village. So, while yes, it is her baby, she has created a village around her, and all of us play different parts and different roles in how we show up in helping her raise her baby. That's a beautiful way to see it and for you to share it. So I know what came up for me that I did want to share and speak to is that she's actually even extended, because you were saying about how you don't just wake up one day and it's like I have a Juneteenth event and just show up at a park and it's a barbecue and a picnic and whoa, Juneteenth event. Not in the scale that Athenia has it planned. So wanting other companies to hear and know also that this is so huge to her that she is set up, and I'm kind of part of that team, is an extended outsourcing. So for companies and for organizations and groups of folks who do want to have their own Juneteenth event, she lends us to them and we help them support and set up and help them get their Juneteenth event up and running. And she uses the same exact structures because those still fall under her umbrella, sort of. While it's that company or that organization's event, she puts in the structures for them and helps them support with the structures. So it kind of mirrors our events, is the ultimate goal. So the ultimate goal is that there are many Juneteenth NYCs happening all around the world. So please reach out if you want to have your own lunch and learns hosted or help organized. Reach out if you want to have your Juneteenth events organized and don't know where to start or which way to go. She helps with all of those things. So that's how huge her passion is about growing the experience of Juneteenth. It's not just for the folks in Brooklyn. I'm here, I've moved and relocated to Atlanta, and I'm still able to support and work alongside her. And it's an amazing experience. That is what Juneteenth NYC is all about. Are there any talking points, Petra, that you think we may have missed?
Well, I'll share one, as you were talking about her branching out, helping people develop theirs. Even her in her event planning side of her business. So I made a mistake one time of saying, "Oh, your competitors," because there are a lot of event planners out there. She said, "No, no, no. Everybody has to eat as well. They are business people just as myself," she said, "and they support each other." Obviously, she can't do every event in New York. So if her list of events that her group is working on, if they're booked for the day, she can suggest to someone that this other business who's also professional, does balloons very well, they can do the event. So they pass on different events to each other when they can't do it. Same way with Juneteenth. Not everyone can come to Juneteenth NYC. Some people rather be at a Juneteenth event locally. Maybe they can't travel far, So this is the same way she does it for Juneteenth. Not everyone can attend. Not everybody should attend Juneteenth NYC because of location and timing and things like that. So let's help Atlanta help theirs be great. Let's help, let's say, one of them in Texas be great. That's
Toledo.
it.
We have the Toledo sect over there with Kathleen working on that and working on getting their Juneteenth events up and running.
Yeah, and it's all about the main focus is for any event anyone does, it should be how to make it a success. Keep your word, be professional, other things like that, because you want people to have a good time. It's not about, oh, my event is better than yours. Come to mine, it's better. Of course we want a full attendance for ours, but just in case people can't come, there's one in Queens, let's say, and that's how it works. And I will say it again, much of our people is united. We cannot be united all the time. And this is a way we are unified. We have similar Juneteenth around this nation. And because we love our people, we love our community, and that's how we should look at it. There may come a time when someone has an idea, let's unify in some respect that we are all coordinated in some way. but we are united. I see it all over the place in my many years in New York. You know, there are many excellent organizations and groups, sororities, fraternities out there who are working together for our people who love our people. So we must remember that while we work forward with these events. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about us.
Okay.
And this is why we support Athenia, because this is what she embodies, this is what she encourages. And she's helping all of us grow just as much as we help her grow in different ways.
Ashe, ashe. I tell you, it's an absolute honor to know her on so many levels. Like you mentioned about the different roles that she plays in different people's lives, whether it be her siblings, her mom, her family, her sisters in the collective, and the many collectives that she's in, because she's not even just in one collective. She shows up in entrepreneurial spaces, healing spaces. Like, she's just all about the betterment of people. And if you don't know her, please get to know her. Please follow her. Follow her on her different platforms. You can find her under Athenia Rodney. You can find her under Umoja Events. You can find her under Rodney Travel and Tribe and Travel. You can find her under Juneteenth NYC. It's so much. I could probably sit here and go on and on about her and be repetitive, because that's how much I love her and believe in her dreams and her goals. But again, this conversation was really just to kind of let people know what's going on, what she's up to, what everyone that shows up for her is all about, and why we show up. And just to let the folks out there know, it doesn't feel good when you are a person doing so much work, and it's really, I know that the protector in me popped up when you start to get these questions and folks questioning who she is and why she is and what she does, and trying to dispel it and make it seem, create a story about it not being genuine and authentic. And that's why I really wanted to take this time today, for us to present and to just show up for her, and to not necessarily stand up for her, but yes, stand up for her. This whole conversation that was even implanted within our own group, that had us kind of doing a who's included, who's not, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel right. And I knew that there was a way that we could have a conversation that kind of jumps over and around all of that, and really just goes to speaking to who she is and what this organization is and why we show up. And I think that that's more important than any conversations of exclusivity, because when you show up in this space, if you guys join us on Friday, it'll be virtual from 9 to 6. Join us on a Saturday or Sunday. Saturday will be in Linden Park. We have a luncheon, an awards luncheon for our Black Kings. That'll be from 12 to 3, but the whole event that day, I believe, is 12 to 6. And then Sunday will be in the middle of Prospect Park with an amazing concert and vendors and family day. And while it's Father's Day, that is part of the reason that we're honoring the Kings on this Saturday, recognizing that that weekend is landing, and Juneteenth is landing this year on Man's Day. So, we wanted to definitely include everybody, but again, it's based on family. This year is all about family. So please come out and join us. If you're not in Brooklyn, join us for the Friday, the virtual day, and you'll really get to see, witness, feel the experience of the inclusivity. And to me, that's how we get to where we want to grow and go to.
I just want to say, besides what I mentioned, what my role is, she also asked me if I can, like if you're not so much hosting, but if you're a greeter, if I'm behind a table promoting emoji events or Juneteenth or anything else, because I love to interact with people, and I want to make people feel comfortable. I look out for the best interest. So she she utilizes that passion of mine as well. But the other thing I just heard you talk about if you don't know Athenia and what people were assuming about her, the easiest thing, no matter what the response you will receive, is to ask a question, to reach out. And all the time I've interacted with Athenia, the email, for example, it gives a time frame within which she will respond. But it doesn't mean she'll respond by the closest to that end time frame. She may respond within 30 minutes, an hour. She always responds. Now, if there's a possibility it's delayed by a day or a rare chance, she tries very hard to make sure she responds because that is what built her reputation. So if you want to know, you ask. And I understand a lot of us may become very protective of our cultures, of our countries. Some people may be protective of the brand of Juneteenth. But if you want to know what Juneteenth NYC is, you have to ask a question, and your approach matters because she's never been mean in her approach. She wants to educate, she wants to inform. Always ask a question, and no one should be afraid. I always tell people two things people could say yes or no if you want help with something. No question is stupid. The fact that you have a question and you need an answer, ask it. You have to stand up for yourself, to represent yourself, and reach out. You will never know till you ask. So I want to make sure and say that because she's always meant for Juneteenth to highlight, to talk about the origin story of Juneteenth. This is not about her business. So this is very important for people to know.
Ashe. That was very, very well said, Petra. It's been an honor to have this conversation with you because I definitely experienced you. Well, first of all, I haven't experienced anyone in Juneteenth being anyone other than who they say they are and who they show up as. But actually, after last year's Juneteenth, we, like you said, we have weekly meetings which I haven't been able to be a part of this year because go round because of the timing. It's not aligned for me, but I've been in the meetings and I know that feeling of showing up every week and then actually getting to meet you in person and seeing that everything that you've said about yourself is nothing but the 100% truth. And it just isn't a testament, and it attests to all of everything that was said today about Athenia and who she is and why she chooses who she chooses. You definitely show up nurturing, you show up bubbly, you show up with care and concern, and tons of support and fun. Like your energy is so fun. And you guys, you may not have any idea, but she is tall, like basketball player tall. Okay. So you have this tall woman who's just embodying this beautiful skin, embodying this energy of Juneteenth NYC and all that the 3 days, all that the preparation leads us up to. Like you're one of her main ambassadors. Like the way you show up, it made me want more. It made me want more. And a lot of our folks, I know one other thing that I definitely wanted to speak to and share that kind of surprised me because when you're on the phone with people and everybody doesn't come on camera, you don't always realize that some of the folks you're talking to are actual allies and not necessarily part of the community. And I love that too. I love that she includes allies because, again, like I said at the top, not about exclusivity. It's not about, oh, we own this. This is our holiday. No, it's if the person has as much passion, respect, and support for, like you said, the actual story, the history of what Juneteenth is actually about. How do we shift and change communities without partnering with allies? Unfortunately, we don't own anything of everything. We don't have our own everything. So we have to have allies. And people need to also recognize that and understand that. And don't judge us because you see someone alongside us. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm supposed to share this, but I'm going to share it because I think that it's a great point to speak to what can happen when you are not inclusive. So we have an ally who is looking to support, who may end up being a part of the team. I'm not sure if she's 100% part of the team yet, but her name is Karen, and she is of Anglo descent. And she was concerned just because her name was Karen and didn't know if she would be welcome. But her passion and what she wanted to bring to the table, we need it. We need the support from others that don't look like us. It's important. It's important for growth, for expansion, for all of it. So just open your minds, open your hearts, and like Petra said, ask questions. If you want to know something, ask questions. We're here
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'm very big on personal growth, and people need to develop themselves. Parents need to encourage their children to be independent thinkers, not just through this common core thing that the school has you doing. You have a brain, you have to develop it. Sometimes, like if someone is giving you something for free, sometimes you have to wonder, why are they being so kind? You have there's a phrase, trust but verify. You should not be dismissive of everything, but you have to investigate, check things out. And yes, there are a lot of people who are genuine. And I snickered when he said Karen because I've seen all the videos, all the talk. We name people Karen, which a lot of them deserve. But this Karen and all Karens everywhere, not because you're named Karen, that means you're bad. It's just that these particular people really seriously, like all people just want to do the best for ourselves, our families, community. We're not trying to take anything and get out of our way. We just want to share this planet. Just get out of our way. So, and throughout time, there have been a lot of allies that are not of African descent, Caucasian, Asian, you name it. But you have to listen to what they say, see what they do, and see if they bring them into the fold, and things like that. And will they be an asset? Because sometimes there are people outside our community who become one of the greatest allies we've ever had, including my field. One of my bosses was totally awesome, and he's Caucasian. So we've experienced things like that. Same way, a lot of us need to remember that around the world, all people are generally loving, caring people. We cannot take that kindness for granted. And just like how all of us are loyal to Tina, we're not taking her kindness, love, and support for granted. So that's why we remain loyal and we are committed to being loyal.
Ashe. Couldn't have said it better. And on that note, Petra, I want to thank you so much for showing up today, for being a part of this conversation, for pouring into Athenia and the organization that we show up for. And I'm honored to be alongside you on the journey.
Thank you. Pleasure talking with you too.
All right. So, you guys, uh, Medi and I are working at the same time. Sorry, Medi. So, folks, thank you for joining us this week for our Lunch and Learn, which we used as an informational session. Uh, it's such an honor to speak about my sister, my friend, Athenia Rodney. So, for next week's Lunch and Learn community, we will have Vanessa Sowell Skeeter. She is the owner of Pastels, Prints, and Papers by So Well Design Inc. LLC. And we're going to be lunching and learning about so just some things. Due to the previous shutdown of events, it's become imperative to learn how to pivot in order to keep business going. As a result, there have been numerous classes, webinars, and inventive ways to refresh and move forward. So next week, we're going to lunch and learn with Vanessa Sowell Skeeter on her session entitled Pivoting into Success. So she's going to be here teaching us how to pivot and how to move forward with success in times of crisis, chaos, and she'll share with us what else. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week, same time, same place.